Ready to open the hood? UseTool for the tutorials.
And for car parts, the right idea is the Mr. Auto app. Easy, fast, and with better prices than on the website.
You can find the exhaust muffler from the easy-to-fit kit by Faurecia used in the video through the link in the description. Turn your engine off, pull up the handbrake, pull on the bonnet release lever and open the bonnet. Unplug the battery. In order to make changes to the exhaust muffler, you have to raise the rear of your vehicle. Lift the back of your vehicle and place it on the two-axle stands. We strongly suggest watching the tutorial, raising your vehicle safely before carrying out this step. A rusty, damaged, or overused exhaust line can mean that your vehicle fails its MOT. It is therefore recommended to change these parts preventatively. On this vehicle, the exhaust line is a monoblock. As a result, when changing the exhaust line, you have to cut it at the recommended place, which will help to assemble the new elements without adaptation issues, but also make it possible to remove the muffler. The cut zone is identified by two cuts with a punch just after the rear axle. You have to trace a very careful line in the middle of these two markers. Then take the cutting tool, which makes it possible to cut a straight line without damaging the heat shield protection. Put the cutting tool on the tube so that you can cut along the marker. Try and cut it in as a straight line as possible. Once you have made the cut, you can unscrew the suspension of the muffler using a socket wrench, an extender, and a 13mm socket.
Please support us, subscribe and like the video, that will be really cool.
The muffler is now free. You can then remove it by pivoting it so that the rest of the exhaust line goes over the rear axle. The easy-to-fit kits by Faurecia are split up in several parts, which makes it possible to assemble the entire exhaust line easily, safely and on your own without needing specific equipment. The kits come with all the accessories needed for assembly, adapted to the line in question. This means you do not have to worry about missing parts or compatibility issues which might stop you from completing the operation. Take the tube provided in the easy-to-fit kit and the clamping clip, which will allow you to connect the exhaust muffler to the old line. Pass the tube over the rear axle and slide it on the clamping clip before inserting the tube fully into the new line. Position the clamping clip near to the end of the tube. And using a socket wrench and a 13mm socket, slightly tighten the clip in such a way that you cannot easily push the tube backwards, but can pivot it on itself during upcoming operations. As with any fitting accessories, install them in such a way so that there's no contact with the heat protection. Take the exhaust muffler and install the adapter sleeve, provided in the kit, on the muffler tube identified with the blue mark. Then, take the silent plug provided in the kit and install it on the muffler, respecting the same way it was assembled on the old one. Then screw it in using two 10mm spanners. You can now install the muffler. Slide the muffler into place and using a socket wrench and a 30mm socket, start by slightly screwing in the silent block in such a way so that the muffler is hanging in place for the next operation. Then, all while holding the muffler, you have to bring together the two blue marks on the tube and slide the adapter sleeve so that the center links up with the contact points between the two tubes. Once properly in position and using a 30mm spanner, screw the two nuts on the adapter sleeve, which will make it possible to create a complete seal. Finish off the tightening with a torque wrench. Then finish off the tightening on the silent block. You can now fix the clamping clip in place using a torque wrench. Assembling your new exhaust line is now complete. Check that there are no contact points between the exhaust line and the heat shield. You can now put your vehicle back on the ground. Reconnect the battery. Operation completed.
Hello, if this video helped you, like and subscribe.